This is El Diablo Radio International. The hottest show in hell! Nobody does it better.
Nobody.
We bring the madness. Madness.
Ladies love El Diablo.
That handsome, cheeky little devil.
Ladies love El Diablo. Hot.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
El Diablo.
You naughty,
cheeky little devil.
Hello. Welcome to 3 a.m. Talks with King Stephen. This should be relaxing. I just have a few thoughts on my mind that I'd like to go into in a video and get them off my chest. Team Evil doesn't just mean a few YouTubers or a few grifters or the Panelverse or a few liars. It's a team Evil, and it's bigger than YouTube or the ones that you've seen me expose on the internet. It's bigger than creatures like this thing on the screen, and others. It's much bigger than this little pissant. Much bigger. He's a small fry. He's just a creepy little creature. He's just a loser. He's just a loser. And he's not the only one. But Team Evil encompasses the evil in this realm, top to bottom, top of the pyramid all the way to the bottom. And I've always spoken about it that way. These are zombies and demons. And it got me thinking earlier tonight about all the discouragement. Demon-tards, zombies, whether they were former family, former friends, YouTubers, people in my comments, people anywhere, for the most part, have been full of discouragement, not encouragement. Now, there's a rare few. Hashtag not all humans discouraged. But for the most part, most zombies and demons in this realm, most people have tried to tell me, oh, don't think that. Don't think that way. Don't look into that. Don't be that way. Don't feel that way. Don't be like you're being. Don't be yourself. Don't be this. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say this. Don't say that. Don't look into that. Don't look there. Don't look behind that locked door. Don't pull up that plywood board on the lawn to see what creepy creatures are crawling underneath. Don't look in the dark. Don't take a flashlight or a torch to look in the dark. Don't waste your time looking into that. What are you worried about that for? Why do you care? You don't live there. You don't live in the UK. You don't live in Germany or France or Sweden. You're not in Europe right now. Why would you care if it collapses? Why do you care? Don't care about that silly stuff, they tell me. Don't care about that. Don't feel that way. Why do you feel like that? Why do you dress that way? Don't do that. Don't go there. Don't travel there. Don't be curious. Don't explore. Don't go off on your own. Don't go exploring on your own. What are you doing? Be like everyone else. Don't waste your time learning that. How are you going to monetize that? How are you going to capitalize on your poetry or reading old books and studying dead geniuses? How are you going to capitalize on that? How are you going to make money from artwork? How are you going to do that? Why are you learning all that stuff? What are you focused on that for? And why are you worried about what happens in this realm? You'll be dead one day, so what do you care? That's what I get from zombies and demons my whole life. Why can't you just be simple? Be like us. Do what you're told. Be obedient. Be compliant. Just go vote. Go do this. Go do that. Go to university. Get a degree or 3. Get a PhD in lunacy and a master's degree in madness, perhaps. And English literature. Fit in. Conform. Don't criticize them. Don't laugh at them. Don't show what they are. Don't mess with them. Don't look over there and under there and there and there and there. Don't question mainstream history and mainstream science and the mainstream media and governments. Don't question the truthers on YouTube. Don't question the Bible. Don't question this. Don't question everything. What are you doing? What are you trying to do, King Stephen, questioning everything? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's crazy. You must be crazy. You just seem to live doing what you want, thinking what you want, feeling what you want, associating with who you want, and not associating with ones you don't want. You can't live like that. What are you doing? You're breaking down our little system here. You came in here like an alien or an angel, some foreign being, an outsider. A rebel. You're rebelling against everything. You're exposing all our little truther channels and our panelverse and our grifters and scammers and liars and psychos and sex offenders. What are you doing? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't live the way you're living and doing what you're doing. We're going to have anti-bullies against you and anti-racists. Petty little tyrants, little dictators that think that they can control free speech, freedom of expression and ideas, freedom of art. You can't live that way. What are you doing? You're trying to be a free spirit in a fucking in a sewer matrix, in a torture chamber of zombie slaves. You can't live the way you're living. How can you live like that here? You're going to make people angry and envious. You're going to ruffle some feathers and rock the boat and sink a few boats and sink a few battleships with your sneezes and junk boats in China and battleships in the fucking Gulf and the... What are you doing? You can't live like that. It's not allowed here. Do you ever notice that? That most people in this realm are control freaks. YouTubers and people outside of YouTube. Truthers, family members, panelverse shitheads. There's a lot of control freaks. Why do you care so much what words I say? What words come out of my mouth? Why do you concern yourself with that so much? And your feelings based on my words. The frequencies that my mouth and vocal cords create. Why does that bother you so much? Why do you want to control me? Why do some of you want to murder me and do harm to me based on the words that I speak? You're really psychotic, aren't you? Psychotic, petty tyrant, little control freak, dictators, mental cases, leftists in most cases, and rageaholics. You belong here. You'd love to control my entire life, wouldn't you? And I realize it's most beings. It's not just a few. It's not just a few mental cases or psychos on YouTube. Now, are there some that don't want to control me that have never attempted it, at least not yet? Yes. But most people will make an attempt at some point to control me, to control you, to control others around them, to control what you say, what you think, what you feel, how you dress maybe, how many hours you work, if you decide to take a nap or stay up late or go to sleep. There are beings in this realm that would control you more than any slave on earth has ever been controlled. They'll try to control you spiritually if they can and dominate you. There's a massive amount of control freaks in this realm. And I think that's part of psychosis. To be so psychotic that you'll set up entire websites or YouTube channels about me and make hundreds of videos and countless hundreds of posts or thousands about me. Obsessed with me. And you can't control me. Nothing you say will ever control me. No threats you could make will control me. Nothing you could ever do, you psycho control freaks, you narcissistic control freaks, you demons. You can't control me. I'll slay you all. All of you. Wait and see. I think that I'll say I'm one of, not the. I won't say the. I'll say I'm one of the, not just the, but one of the maddest minds to ever walk this earth. One of the freest spirits to ever arrive here as a being. Now, I know humans don't understand that because as soon as they hear being, they start that human being and all the programming just comes in. And that's the way most people live. You don't think. You just spew out the programming. Someone like me comes along and says a few things and you don't ponder what I'm saying. You'll tune in and be entertained and say, oh, that was fun. Like you're watching a movie or a TV show. And I'll talk about being a free spirit and this and that and how you can't change me. And you'll just puke out programmed responses. Just like any zombie out there. Blah, blah, just puke out the programmed responses, the cliche programmed shit that I've heard a million zombies say. What's the point of that? Why wouldn't you hesitate and say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to type that. I'm going to hold back on that one. I'm going to think of an actual comment that's meaningful rather than a cliche or something that I'm sure King Stephen has read so many times. I'm not going to bother doing that. It's not going to impress him. Quite the opposite. It's going to make me look foolish and at a low level and say to yourself, I've got a lot to learn here. Now, Louise and others didn't do that. I don't know if Carmen did that. I don't suspect that Kirsten did. I don't think she really wanted to learn. I don't think Callie wanted to learn. I don't think Manny was truly learning. I don't think Peanut was truly learning. I don't think Rashawn was truly learning. Did I mention Callie, that stinky bum? Bextra Lard, I don't think that thing was learning here. And those are just a few that come to mind. They're not the only ones. There was that Nick guy, what the fuck was his name? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of it. I can't think of it. His name was Nick something, I think. There was a Red Pill guy, and then there was a Tyler Kong. The Red Pill Option channel, he just stole from me for his channel. But he didn't learn the big picture while here. He just went right back to his baby truther shit once he was called out. And that's what they do. Very few humans learn. It's not arrogant to say that. It's just true. It's like standing in front of the ocean and saying it's water. It's salt water. Don't get upset. Don't cry tears. Just say, you know what? It's true. I'm not going to be upset by the truth anymore. When King Stephen says some truth, I'm just going to go, yeah, I see it. Or try to see it. Try to understand. Try to comprehend. Which is, if you do that, it's more than most humans do in their lifetimes here. Why be upset? Why be upset over the truth all the time? Some of you get so angry when someone says the truth. You get so angry and triggered and in your feelings. It's a way of avoiding learning. You'll never learn that way. You get so upset. And I can tell, I can feel it. And I can tell by the reactions. You just get so angry, and some of you think that I'm trying to make you angry or miserable or depressed. You miss the point of my entire channel. You miss the message. You're kind of like Jeremiah Finkelstein. He thinks I'm trying to make people upset and angry and miserable. He's an absolute fool. He doesn't know what spiritual teachings are. He doesn't have a clue. And it's unfortunate, but most humans don't. They don't understand. Instead of listening to someone that's sharing something, most people seek to change me or control me. That's not everyone, but it's just hundreds and thousands and most that I've ever encountered on earth. They'd love to stop me from speaking, stop me from seeing what I see and seeing it this way and having my viewpoint and my model for this realm and calling it a hell realm. They'd love to stop me from calling it a hell realm and calling it a sewer matrix and talking about recycling and talking about demons and evil and monsters. They'd love to stop me from talking about all that stuff because it upsets them. They can't handle it. They can't handle the truth. That's most of humanity, by the way. It's not just a couple YouTubers. You got to think bigger. And a lot of you don't do that. If I do an analysis of one person on YouTube, you fixate on that person and you start like aiming hatred at them or something. And they're just an example of millions of zombies. I'm not sharing this stuff to get you to aim hatred at these anonymous people that are brainwashed and zombified and worshiping and praising and praying to a false god that's actually a monster. I don't want you to hate these people. That's not my goal. I'm trying to get you to see the realm, a big picture, bigger than one being. Big picture, realm, big picture. Widescreen, panoramic view of the entire realm, if you can. And I've yet to meet someone that can do that. Because most people get hung up on one detail, and then they get fixated. Just like people get fixated on me, and they'll make hundreds of videos about me. Whole channels just about me. Because they're fixated on me, these narcissists. And they get obsessed. For years. It's not just a week or two or a month. It goes on for years. That just anchors you here. I've already won. I own you. You stay here. How? Why? Well, you're obsessed with me. How are you going to get through the narrow gate? The truth is, the simple answer is you're not. You're not. Because you're focused on everything other than what matters. That demon slayer creature, Charles, Creepy Charles, is one of them. It's not the only one. There's people on my channel that are fixated on shit that won't help them at all. I'm trying to get you to focus on something that will help you. I know that's crazy, but I'm trying to help you develop your spirit, grow stronger, Viking Strong, to be able to choose wisely with spiritual eyes to see, to choose freedom. Don't focus on me. I'm not the focus. If I wanted you to focus on me, I'd be shoving my face in the camera all the time and trying for attention like these creatures do all over YouTube. They want you looking at their face and what shirt they have on and the color of the curtains behind them or their fireplace or their red brick wall or this or that or this or that or this or that. That's what they do. They're trying to draw your attention on that shit. I'll talk with a blank screen quite often. I'm quite happy to do it because it's about the ideas and the truth and the message that matters. It's about the message. It's about the spiritual wisdom and the spiritual message, the alchemical gold, that if you comprehend it, will help you forever. Not just here in this matrix. Here. Not just here, but forever. Forever. The discernment that you work on and gain here, you take with you out of body. Your body's flesh and it stays here. The rest of you leaves. Hopefully, if you're planning on leaving the matrix the way that I am. Your consciousness leaves. Your understanding leaves. Your spiritual insight, spiritual vision, knowledge, wisdom, imagination, creativity, memories. You can take that with you. And I suspect that we could selectively remove memories if we so chose to do so. Out of body, out of the matrix. If I ended this matrix, sealed it, and knew it was done, and I said, I don't want to remember that place and the hell I went through and the trauma and the loss and the pain and what I saw, I want peace. If I chose that, I think I could erase or edit that out of my consciousness and memories, or I wouldn't have to carry that for eternity and be traumatized by the shit that I've seen and experienced and seen others suffer here that has traumatized me. Now, if you're honest and if you're a real being, you've been traumatized too. If you're a zombie or a demon or a psycho, you'd say you haven't been traumatized. Maybe you haven't, because nothing seems to affect you creatures, you demons and psychos. But if you're a spiritual being like me, you have been traumatized by this place, by this realm, by seeing the suffering of others, animals and people, loved ones, friends, neighbors, their children. I've mentioned many times, children on my street died when I was growing up. And a family friend's child was hit by a car, killed. There are quite a few deaths that come to my mind of children. That's all trauma. There's a long list of trauma that I went through. Now, maybe at a certain point out there, outside of the matrix, in eternity, I may decide, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to think about this and remember this. I didn't learn lessons from it. It's just painful. And it interferes with my ability to feel peace and to have something akin to a paradise compared to this sewer matrix hell realm. Which again, some of you, it might not be that bad. You might have had an easier life than some of us. You might not have gone through the pain and losses that were beyond heartbreaking. It was like my heart being torn out of my body, and my liver and my kidneys and my spleen and my pancreas, and being stabbed with knives. That's what it felt like. It was so painful and traumatic, I didn't want to live. I spent months in darkness, not going anywhere, not going out, barely eating anything, to the point that I was vitamin deficient and was feeling pain in my joints and my wrists, because I had gone months with barely any nutrients, grieving that badly. Now, some of you would try to justify it and say, well, we need to grieve, we need sadness, we need death, we need to watch our most beautiful loved ones suffer and die in front of us. Because a lot of you are fucked up. A lot of you people, humans on earth. And I think there's a rare few that aren't. Rare few. That I've managed to find in this lifetime. Not many. Not many. Most of you have tried to convince me that I'm wrong for seeing what I see, for thinking what I think, for my model, my feelings, my pain, everything. Everything. You would try to control every bit of me if you could. Some of you on here. I would say many of you on earth are that way. Many of you. And I observe patterns because I'm not human. If I were human, I'd just go along like an oblivious being in a trance and not study anything and not look at patterns and not look how many beings are controlling in this fucking realm that want to control everything about others. Everything. Including the air you breathe, the food you eat. All of it. The thoughts you think. If they could control that, they would. Your belief or non-belief in a quote-unquote God. They want to control you in every which fucking way. 1,666 ways to Sunday. How do you like that? And a 33 is a cherry on top. Control freaks, psychotic motherfuckers, demons, and zombies. And I know most of you don't see it the way I do. That's fine. I don't mind being in a minority. I'll even be in a minority of one. If I know what I'm speaking is true, if it's the truth, if it can be proven, if it's observably true with evidence and you can observe it, then I'll say it. If you're all against me saying you're wrong, all of humanity is what I'm speaking about, everywhere on earth, I'm fine with that. Now, what does that mean? Why would I even share that? I've thought of that possibility. And no, it isn't solipsism. I'm not saying I'm the only being that exists. I'm saying if you all suddenly, all of you, disagreed with me, changed your mind, turned on me, turncoated, and said, we're against you. Or secretly were, whatever the case may be. Doesn't mean that I'm the only being that exists or that I believe that I'm the only one. I don't believe that. But if my view were a minority of one versus all of you, I will stand against all of you, an angry crowd, an angry violent mob, even if you murder me, like my namesake, Saint Stephen, was murdered because the crowd couldn't handle what he was saying. Nothing's really changed in almost 2,000 years. It's the same. You're the same. You're not evolving. Mentally, morally, spiritually, emotionally, psychically. Humanity's the same as it was. It's not changing. This is not a realm of growth and evolution. It's a realm of degradation. And that is observably true. I know most of you don't want to look at it that way. That's why you come and go for my channel, you people. Because you can only handle so much. There's a limit to what you can digest, what you can handle. You're not like me. You can't handle the toughest truths and toughest challenges and demons coming at you, dozens of them or hundreds of them, and fight them off and expose them and keep going. And you can't do what I do. If humans could do what I do, there'd be more. There'd be lots doing it. But most of you want to follow grifters and scammers, liars, felons, frauds, gurus, zombies, demons, evil. You like following evil. Most of you. Most of you do. You're not like me. And most of you wish you could control me. And you never will. So good fucking luck.